So we're going to go over that Unit 6 end of unit assessment. So if you're going to do corrections, you're going to correct the ones you missed, and then you're going to arrange a time with me to retake a similar test. It's not going to be the exact same test. It's going to be a similar test. All right, so let's take a look at this first one. They want to know what the solution is. So I'm going to start by adding 2 to each side because my goal is to get the variable by itself. I want to make sure I line up my decimals. Bring down my inequality. I'm going to divide by 0.5 on each side. Because I'm dividing by a positive number, I'm not going to reverse the inequality. And I'm going to get 15. For the next one, I'm going to subtract 4 on each side. So 1/3 x is less than 4. So the opposite would be to divide by 1/3 on each side. Again, I'm not dividing by a negative number, so I'm not going to reverse the inequality, and I get 12. For this one, I'm going to subtract 2. And for this, when I rewrite it, I'm going to bring that negative sign down to the 14 just to make sure that I remember that it's there. It really doesn't matter where the negative sign goes as long as I remember that it's there. Then I'm going to multiply by 2, not by 2. I'm going to multiply by negative 14 on each side. Because my goal is to get the x by itself. When I multiply by that negative, I have to reverse the inequality, and I get negative 28. So x is less than negative 28. For the next one, I have to remember to distribute first. So I have negative 5m, and then negative 5 is less than or equal to 23. Then I'm going to add 5 to each side. So negative 5m is less than or equal to 28. Then I'm going to divide by negative 5. So m is less than or equal to negative 28 fifths. But I forgot to reverse my inequality. When I divide by that negative 5, I have to reverse my inequality. So it's m is greater than or equal to negative 28 fifths. For the next one, I'm going to subtract 1/2. I could change it to a decimal, which is what I think I'm going to do, just to make it easier on myself. I'm going to subtract 0.5 on each side. So I have negative 1/3 x is less than 3. Then I'm going to divide by negative 1/3. So x is greater than 9, negative 9. Which graph shows the solution? So I have 4x plus 10 is less than 34. So I'm going to subtract 10. 4x is less than 24. So I'm going to divide by 4 on each side. X is less than 6. It's got to be an open dot because I don't have a line under the inequality, so it has to be B. All right, for this one, I'm actually going to be working backwards because it says based on the number line, which symbol should replace the box to make the inequality true. Well, I know that my answer here is x is greater than -4. So I know that I'm dividing by a +2, so I'm not going to reverse the inequality. So because I'm dividing by a +2, I'm not going to reverse the inequality. So I know that the answer has to be A. I'm going to subtract 2 on each side. Divide by -3. X is greater than or equal to -4. So it's going to be a closed dot. And I know that it's all the numbers that are greater than or equal to -4. It costs $12 per day. So that tells me where my X is going. And 12 cents per mile to rent a compact car. Okay, well, I see those 2 per, so I know that I've got to check to see which one I don't need. Mr. Garrison has a budget of $50 to rent a car for 1 day. Well, then I know I don't need it on the per day. So 12 plus 12 cents per mile. He has a budget of $50 to rent the car. So he could spend less than or equal to $50. So I'm going to start by subtracting off the fee just to rent the car. And I get $38, and I'm going to divide by 12 cents. So 38 divided by 12, or I should say 12 cents, is going to be M is less than or equal to 316 miles. If I go 317 miles, I know that I won't have enough to pay the person. So it has to be B. Abby has $25 and plans on saving $10 a week, which inequality shows how many weeks she must save to have at least $250. Well, I know I already have $25 plus $10 each week, and I want at least, so the least amount I want is $250 or more. So I'm going to subtract 25. So I'm left with 10W is greater than or equal to 225 divided by 10. So W has to be greater than 22.5 weeks. Peyton can spend $350 on a new gaming system, so I can't spend more than that. It has to be less than or equal to. So I know that it can't be C or D. I know that it can't be A because I could spend all the way up to that amount. It says that the game system costs $175 and each game, so that tells me where my variable goes, costs $35. That's why the answer is B. Joseph wants to buy a tennis racket and some cans of tennis balls. Again, I can spend up to that amount, but no more than. So it can't be C or D, and it can't be A. It has to be B. All right, so $3.50 per day, and I need at least $31.50 for art supplies. So that means greater than or equal to $31.50, and it's $3.50 per day. So that tells me where my variable is going. So the number of days has to be greater than or equal to. So I'm going to do $31.50 divided by $3.50, and I get 9. So I know that the number of days has to be greater than or equal to 9. Bruce is a singer who earns $250 to perform a concert. So he gets $250 just to perform, and then he wants to sell CDs for $12.50 each. So that's where my variable is going. He wants to earn more than $500. So it has to be greater than 500. So I'm going to subtract off the 250. Divide by the $12.50 per each CD. So he has to sell more than, I'm doing 250 divided by 12.50 in my calculator. He has to sell more than 20 CDs. All right, so if you have any questions, let me know before you go ahead and take the retake. I'll be more than happy to help you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.